what's wrong? And they're just like, I gotta go. Okay, what's wrong? I gotta go. Hello and welcome back to Alexandria Loves Books, Bookmas edition. This week, I am just going to be filming a casual laid-back reading vlog, reading holiday romances. Because that just seems fun and cozy and like a good time to get in the holiday spirit. I have a busy week ahead of me, so I'm gonna start with the smallest Christmas book I have. Calm down. All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard. This is literally less than 250 pages, and I love that about it. I love just like a quick read, especially at the end of the year. This follows Jessica and Nick. They are exes. They are both, well, they've always been both writers. They're both romance writers, and now they're reconnecting because of professional obligations bring them to a remote inn a few days before Christmas. And then they get trapped sharing a room in a snowstorm. They're both in a slump, in a writing slump. The friction between them might be the only cure for their writer's block. They turn their frustration into fiction. And of course, like, their feelings are gonna come up and they're writing and with each other and while they're sharing a bed. So this is exes, professional rivals, and just one bed trope. What could go wrong? So I'm excited to get into this and get in the holiday spirit. My plan was to read a bit of this book and then talk to you guys about what it's about, how I'm feeling, but now I have about 100 pages left because I've just sped through it. This writing is just, it's very like quick and it's just a fast pace, which I really appreciate. I don't love this book, even though it's a fast pace, which is nice. I'm not obsessed with it. I don't love Nick and Jess, to be honest. Their relationship, both like it's like somewhat then and now timeline, so the then timeline and also even the now timeline is just very, what is happening outside? Their relationship is so spice driven and this book is so freaking spicy. It is so short. It should not be having this much spice. Like proportionately, it's not right. It's not balanced. We get a then and now timeline, but barely. The then timeline, we've only gotten 2 scenes and they're from like previous Christmases from when like they were dating, and both flashbacks are mainly spice. So obviously like they're reconnecting because they're stuck at this hotel from the like publishing award thing that they were at. Their like connection that's still there, it's all physical. And so I'm not really believing their love, I'm not feeling their love, I'm not sensing their love at all. But really, all I've gotten so far is just like the attraction. And when it's like such a short book like this, it just feels like it's all it is. Like a longer book can have this much spice, but because it's longer, it has more emotional depth and like then it works. And I don't know if because this is a short book, if the author was like, okay, to make it the connection between them known, let's just make them physically connect. But it's not working. Physical connection does not always equate to emotional connection. And on its own, it never equates to emotional connection. It's a very quick, easy read though, and for that, I love that. I am waiting to find out the details of like their breakup and what really happened and why it happened, but they just aren't good communicators and just like aren't saying anything just because they're like, I can never say, it's too hard to explain. Oh, it's honestly kind of annoying. So now that I'm like verbalizing my thoughts, the more I realize that I don't really like this book. I am enjoying that it's just like a quick read, and like I like the whole, they're both romance writers. He doesn't write happy endings, she does. But because I don't really love the characters and their relationship, their past and their present, it's not really good.
only 60 pages in and they are acting like they know each other so well. You've barely spent any time together. What is this pacing?
Okay, you're this far into the video, you know the truth. I filmed that intro after I already finished the book. It's just how the timing worked for it, okay? Let me update you on my thoughts on All I Want Is You. It was a fast-paced read, which I really enjoyed. It was enjoyable, but this definitely wasn't good or great. Okay, it's not great. There's parts of it that are good. Because it's so short, which I appreciate, there's not enough time for the author to fully dive into the characters and to like show as much as would be best. So it's kind of a lot of telling and not showing. I love this premise, and like we learn that they, you know, met because of being both romance writers, and then how like they fell in love. We get the a little bit of then and now, but like I mentioned earlier, I believe the then is just really get 3 then scenes. Each Christmas they spent together as a couple, and almost all of them are just spice. So we're not even like getting their emotional connection. Exactly my point. I'm upset too. We never even read about the breakup. Like, okay, we read about it, but we never actually get to read the actual scene of the breakup. We never see it happen. We're kind of told that it happens, and we're given a scene that like kind of led to the breakup happening. But I'm like, I want to know how it happened. What did the one person say? How did the person react? How did that go down? I want to know, but I don't know. It was just too short to be fully developed as it should be. But even with like the lack of connection I had to the characters and to their story because it wasn't fully developed, I still did really enjoy them. And I was like kind of honestly getting a little emotional. I'm just like, oh my gosh, but what's gonna happen, and they need to be together, and oh, are they not together? Oh, are they gonna be okay? How are they? Why? Oh, they feel this way. Oh, he feels that way still, or oh, he doesn't. Oh, whatever. But I feel like I was feeling that emotion more just because of like the premise of like imagining what it could be. It was more so my imagination allowing me to get to that like emotional place and enjoying them and their story, rather than like the writing actually doing that for me. I definitely want to read more by Fallon Ballard because I've heard great things about her other books, but just this one isn't her best work, I'm hoping. And then you saw that I picked up All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. I didn't know that these are 2 writers. So this is a pen name for Karma Brown and Marissa Stapley. This book I was really excited for. I purchased it in the summer on like Penguin Books because I just love the plot. So Sadie and Max, they are contestants on the reality singing show called Star Maker in Nashville. They're like country singers. She's trying to get her big break. She's been working really hard in singing and music and trying to make a career for herself. Max is a little bit of a Nepo baby, but he doesn't have a great relationship with his famous father, and he's trying to make his own career and everything, so he's also on the show. They're paired up for a duet week, and they stun the world with their romantic onstage chemistry, and then fans are going crazy for them, so the network is like, we'll pair you up. So either they remain a duo on and off stage, or they must leave the competition. And so they fake a relationship until their final performance, but they can't stand each other. Oh, I didn't even tell you my rating for All I Want Is You. I was thinking about that because I already have an idea what my rating for this next book is going to be. This one, I put a 3-star on Goodreads. It's kind of like a 2.75 to 3. It's like mid, but a little under. This one, obviously, I'm only 150-ish pages in. I still have a bit to go. I think this will be rated less than that book, than All I Want Is You. That's just my feeling. It could change, but I don't think so, because the pacing of this is so weird. There's barely any showing. It's all telling. We don't even 100 pages in to the book and the competition is already over, the reality show. I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be so fun to like each week to like, you know, read about, oh, it's this themed week and they're gonna have to work together to put a song together and make an arrangement, and like they're gonna fall in love as they do that, and like each week, are they gonna get eliminated? Are they gonna win? What's gonna happen? So I don't even know what the rest of this plot is gonna be, because I'm 150 pages in, and the contest, the reality show is already over. And even during that time, it was so quick, and it was like literally 30 pages in, and already I think they were like, had the meeting with the network and they had to be together. Then we would just get like a scene of them in rehearsal for one of the shows. And then it would be like a few days later after that show already happened. It'd be like, yeah, they loved our song. And so now we're doing this. And it's like, wait, I wanted to read about like the reality show and what you're doing. Why aren't you like showing me that? And also like, I don't get any feelings from them. It was like, oh, they don't like each other because of X, Y, and Z, and I understood that, and it made sense. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun, like enemies to lovers type vibe. But then they were like, oh, but it's real. Yeah, I know, crazy, huh? My neighbors get it. It was like them going back and forth of like, oh, now like I see them in a new light and I like them. And the next page, it was like, oh, what a jerk. And like, it was going so back and forth. And I was like, wait, what's making you even change your mind? Because like, okay, yeah, you can go back and forth on liking them, not liking them, whatever, even though that's annoying in and of itself. But there has to be something that's actually driving your feelings to change, like having a moment with them, or like, and there's also a moment that there was just, and I bet there's gonna be so many more moments like this, of just them not communicating. And it's not even miscommunication. It's just like, something's wrong and the other person's like, what's wrong? And they're just like, I gotta go. Okay, what's wrong? I gotta go. Oh my God, they don't like me anymore. And it's like, just tell them what's wrong, because what's wrong has even nothing to do with the two of you. Like, these characters are annoying. They're so bad at communicating. It's not even miscommunication. It's just like no communication. He's running away from his problems a ton. We're only 150 pages in. I saw a review on Goodreads that said, I am so sick of him just like running away from his problems. And I was like, oh, I bet that'll happen like maybe near the end, but they're gonna have conflict and it's gonna be annoying. Something's gonna happen. He's gonna run away. No, it happened literally within the first 100 pages. And I'm just so annoyed with them. And I don't understand them. The writing, not against the authors, but the writing is not good. I feel nothing for them. Anything I do feel is negative. They are not likable. The pacing is not good. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading this book. And with that, I have completed All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. I stayed up until like 2 a.m. finishing it last night, and I have so many thoughts. Here's my Goodreads review. Yeah, I rated it 1.75 stars. That is such a weird random rating. I've never rated a book that before. It's usually 2-star or 1-star, but this is a 1.75 star book. I do not recommend this, do not read this. I was let down by this book in so many ways. Of course, I already kind of went on a rant earlier about it. I'm really upset because I was so excited to like read about them falling in love during this competition, but that's not what the plot was. It's not what this book was. Their love is not believable. Their love is not real. Honestly, I think she should run from this man. This man sucks. He is emotionally immature. He acts like a child, even though he's like 30 or so, 28, 30, around that. I mean, she also is immature in her own ways and needs to grow up. And neither one of them handles things well at all, like just in life and in relationships. They pissed me off. The pacing was really weird. The writing was not good, especially like, I feel like it's so easy when you're writing in third person to tell instead of show. Like it's harder to do that in first person, I feel like. And so it's like such a, I don't know, trap for writers. I don't know if I can really say that because I'm not a writer, so I can't like fully say that, but I feel like it is. I want to read about the life and like this things actually happening, not about like being like skipping scenes and being told what happened. This was just like a huge letdown. I don't recommend it, so don't read it unless you really want to. There's quotes from like, or blurbs from like other authors that are saying how great it is, and I don't understand. This is me many hours later, but one thing I forgot to mention when I was giving my update for and rating for All I Want for Christmas is that the reason it wasn't a 1-star and the reason it was a 1.75, so a little higher than 1 star, was because I was rooting for them. Like I wanted things to go well, and so I was invested somewhat to like care enough that I wanted things to go well, and I did delight in the good moments, the few good moments there were. So that is why
it was a 1.75 and not a 1. So those are the 2 holiday books that I read this week. We have a, what did I rate this? A 2.75/3 and a 1.75 star. So if you're gonna read any of these books, read this one. This one, it's a lot better. It could be better than what it is, but it's a lot better than this one. So maybe this wasn't the best reading vlog. I hope you still enjoyed, even though the books weren't that great. I am currently reading another holiday romance. Maybe you notice it's missing from my cart right now. I don't know if you remember, but I just started that this morning, and it's really fun and silly, and so hopefully it's a good time. But you'll hear about that in another video coming to you soon. So with that, let me know what holiday books you're reading this season. If you like them, if you hate them, let me know so I don't read these other bad books. You know, if you have some that you're like, girl, stay away from that, it sucks. Let me know. I appreciate that. But also let me know what good ones there are out there so that I can at least know for probably next year. I don't think I'm going to be reading any more holiday books after the one I'm reading now. All I want is you, and all I want for Christmas have been read. Which means I only have 3 more books to reach my reading goal of 100 books this year. So I think we can do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little reading vlog video. I will see you in my next Bookmas video, and happy holidays.